I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Hey, what's happening? Happy Monday. Good afternoon and welcome. This is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score, 107thescore.com, and the 100.7 The Score mobile app, powered by Happy State Bank. We're watchable on TV, Fox 34 News now, and yours on YouTube as well. Check out the Double T Sports Network page there. You'll, if you are watching, you'll see Jeff McGuire to my right. I'm Chois Woodman. What you won't see is Clint's beautiful mug. He's across the way taking care of us today.
Not until we get the producer cam.
Still working on it.
Do you want a producer cam?
Absolutely.
I don't.
Yes, I do.
I
the people have
do
asked
not.
for it. So
Not for me. I want it from the hosting side because I want people to know how hard Brennan rolls his eyes.
Yes.
25 times a day.
Like it could just be a little box up in the top right or bottom right or wherever. Yeah.
It's zero interest in having a producer cam for the morning.
That's just because you're early morning and you want to sleep back there a little bit. So I get it.
I have never slept during the morning show. I have not paid attention.
Both Jamie and Chuck have.
I want to say that makes one of your trio.
One of the three, yep.
I have not paid attention. I have lost track of time. I have been gone for an entire hour with only turning on mics on and off from time to time, but I've never slept during the morning show.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, you got to remember, I'm up at 4. So
I know.
By 6, that's 2 hours into your day.
Exactly.
You're not falling back asleep there.
Okay. I could.
Yeah, usually about 2 hours into my day is when I'm like, I could use a nap.
I could use a nap, yeah.
That's why God invented coffee.
Y'all chime in. Thoughts, comments, questions. We love to have them. Reactions to the weekend that was. It was a busy weekend in terms of sports and sports news. Y'all bring all those thoughts in on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through the 100.7 The Score mobile app. You can take that mobile app anywhere with you, even listen in out in Fountain Green, Utah, if you so choose. We do have a lot to get into, Jeff, over the next 3 hours, as we'll talk some softball. We knew there was going to be a conclusion to the season.
You played every game you could.
That is very true. We knew we would be talking about a finish to the season one way or another on Monday. Unfortunately, you are on the wrong side. One more game than you should be.
Very quickly, on the wrong side on that one.
Yep. So that one finished up the season. Texas Tech falls a game short of a national title and just seemed to run out of gas in that final game. We'll talk about the House versus NCAA settlement because it finally gets here. This one felt very weird timed after we were kind of told, wait, this could be all the way till the end of June before it's settled, and then they kind of dump it in our laps. What was that, on Thursday? Or Friday? No, it was Friday.
It was on Friday because
it was during the College World Series, right? When it's kind of breaking?
It was so odd timing-wise, especially when you put in, you have the announced, it wasn't like a chain reaction, but you have the announced re-up, if you will, with Nigeri Kennedy.
Yeah.
And kind of the phase for non-revenue sports of like what you can do to change a program, and then the timing of that's been so weird. It's been pushed back, and then on that day of all days, it's like, oh, by the way, this was signed.
Yep. Oh, by the way, which
it was a Friday news dump, guys.
Well,
I hate to break that to anybody.
Normally that would be the case, Jeff, but it's
not
a
giant story.
It's not a news dump because it's a judge making a decision. So she's not doing this on purpose.
Yeah, I don't think she had any care or knowledge of knowing.
No, she gave absolutely no blanks.
Yeah. So,
which
normally,
as a person who looks at the judicial branch as something that should be honored, I appreciate that she gave no blanks. When she was ready to make a decision, she made her decision.
Very much so, but came at a very strange time for what we had expected.
Yeah, sure.
June 27th is the date they most recently told us, and then bam, falls in your lap right as the Women's College World Series is going on. and all
for
of
the
that.
championship.
For the championship.
For the championship, yeah.
Right. So that all happened over the weekend. We'll talk about it. I needed it dumbed down for me. I'll try to dumb it down some too, because there's a lot going on there. And I feel like just like when we learned about this the first time back in October, November, I feel like I have just as many questions, if not more, than I did before. So there's a whole lot going on that front. And we have entered the offseason officially. Well, I say that. We still have one more team holding on for Texas Tech. So almost all the way into the offseason, but we're close. And close enough where we'll begin our blind projections later in the program, where we pick every single game on every Big 12 schedule. We'll do that coming up a little bit later, starting with the Arizona Wildcats today. And I think I'm going to pick their schedule a lot different than I did
last year,
this time a year ago. I don't remember what I had them at. It was 8-4 or 9-3 last year, and
they did not make that.
Whew. Now I will pick them about the opposite this year, because
you're just doing regular season too, right? You're not doing a bowl projection or anything along those lines?
Yeah, it's just all 12 games that are on their schedule.
Okay.
So we'll do that coming up a little bit.
Will you
later.
Go back and look with who you guys pick for your Big 12 championship game?
Like when
everybody makes their decisions and you correlate the data.
We will compile it all and
find out who's going to be the Big 12, who's going to be in the title game, and then pick that game.
Yeah, last year with our
we'll crunch the numbers, if you will.
Crunch the numbers.
Yeah,
crunch.
That's all I'm asking. I'm just wondering how far down the rabbit hole we're going. I have no issue with wherever you decide to stop.
I mean, it's off season. We're still 80-something days away. 80-something? 90-something days away from Texas Tech football season. So we'll have time to break it all down. And
Chois Woodman is going to be off for 30 of them.
That's not true. I haven't been off that
29.
much. Clint's the one taking off this week. I'm here all 5, man. I think I'm double dipping on Thursday. You're going to get way too much of me one of these days this week. So, no, I never miss. Rarely. Sometimes.
On a Tuesday.
That's actually true. Tuesday's probably my least missed day. It's my least favorite day of the week, too.
Really?
Yeah, it just is. Always has been. And I guess from a work perspective or sports, there's usually stuff to talk about on Monday quite a bit.
Yep, you're recapping the weekend, no matter what.
Yeah. Tuesdays are usually our deadest days, and it's just like we're still far from the weekend. So,
okay,
yeah, I think that's probably why Tuesday's my least favorite day of the week. Like Tuesday, we never get the midweek baseball or the baseball games that have early games on a Tuesday to kick us off the air. We can get that on a Wednesday or Thursday.
It depends on the season, because like college basketball, I love Tuesdays. Big Tuesday fan.
True. There are usually a lot of
Wednesday is
basketball
consistently
games.
The day I dislike the least.
Yeah, but then you're recapping what happened on Tuesday.
Fair enough.
I mean, you got a chance there, and then Thursday you're previewing the Saturday game. Thursday might be
far away. No, Wednesdays.
Thursday might be worse.
Wednesday consistently throughout the year is my least favorite day.
Okay. I don't know that I have a least favorite day. I mean, I hate to say Fridays.
Yeah.
But that's the day I do the most work. Like, no matter what time of year.
Okay. Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I hate Fridays, because the weekend is next. And there's usually sports on Friday night.
Y'all can tell us what day you like or hate the most.
Yeah.
Y'all can react to the college softball over the weekend, the news from college softball. You got some baseball news. You got all sorts of stuff going on. We'll continue to dive in and give you some of that news coming up with headlines next on 100.7 The Score.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Alongside Jeff McGuire, I'm Chois Woodman. This is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Y'all keep hitting us up. Your thoughts, your comments, your questions, all of it welcome on the Yates Flooring Center chat line through that 100.7 The Score mobile app. You'll stay safe out there, as it looks like we're getting more weather this evening, potentially. So,
More bad weather.
thank you. That'd be a more accurate statement. So,
We have weather going on right now, too.
we do have weather going on right now. So, we're anticipating more bad weather tonight. We could get wind gusts between 70 and 90 miles an hour. So, that's...
Is that for us?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Batten down the hatches, everybody.
Anywhere in West Texas is where they were saying
I think she's
that's
looking
possible.
more Dallas, though.
And
The
now
way she's talking.
Now she is. Believe me, I already paid
Okay.
attention to this stuff earlier. But just stay safe.
I'll be looking tonight. Don't get me wrong.
Stay safe out there. Let's see. We'll. I had something specific. Oh, did you see the NCAA 26 football game? Does anybody know when this comes out? Just another month or so? I'm trying to think of last year when it
I want to
came
say
out.
July, wasn't it?
I think it was.
I just looked up the release. I think it's like July 7th.
Okay, so around a month.
Uh-huh.
Did you see what the video game announced this past week/weekend?
The mascots?
No,
Like the Masked Rider's going to be in it?
that was a little.
That was
further
earlier?
back. That was
Okay.
in the trailer.
Okay.
No, what they have announced is that in EA College Football 26, schools will be paid,
Okay.
not in the game, actual pay for the schools based on how much gamers play with their team.
Oh, boy.
So, this is a change.
Yeah, that's a big change.
If a user plays 7 million games with School A, if users, not A, that would be a lot. If users play $7 million with School A, the school's
Sure.
allocation would be 1% based off of last year's numbers.
Okay.
Therefore, School A would receive $50,000.
So what you're saying is...
So it's not a huge number, but it's still...
Is that all good, loving Red Raider fans need to go buy this game.
Quit playing with
And
other
play it
teams
every
if you're a
day.
Red Raider, basically.
I was listening. It was a little mind-numbing, but I was listening to a legit on-air conversation with some like big talking heads, I think maybe through Fox, and they were talking about this, and this guy was having a panic attack because he's like, you know what I love to do? I love to go to the Kent States on the game and turn them around. Suddenly, I'm turning them around in real life. Okay, hold.
It's going to take
hold
quite
on.
a bit more of
Time
you.
out.
Yeah.
Time out. I don't think it'll be that effective, but
You know how you balance that? You play one game with your team and then one game with Kent State. Yes, you're turning them around, but you're not hurting your program at that point. That's how you do it. You just stop playing teams like the University of Texas.
But if you're a
or
good Red
A&M.
Raider, you're just going to dump all of your games into Texas Tech and just
sure.
play with them forever. That's what I do most of the time anyway,
There's going to be somebody somewhere
if I'm playing. Yeah.
that sets up a system that is just constantly simming
Yeah.
their school's game.
Now, that's what I'm curious. Do Sims count? Like, how much is this going to be an hour of play time? Like, how are they factoring this in? There's still some gray area with this, but it's very interesting.
Oh, sure.
It kind of would have been better if EA didn't announce this
And just did it?
and just did it, just paid out based upon that, just to see who was played with the most and
Without getting into the tampering?
because now you're going to get people that will absolutely try to game the system for their school. No pun intended.
Mm-hmm. Or should you system the game?
Now, and I also don't know if this is all.
See what I
got you. I don't know if it's all, Jeff. If it's based off of online play only, or if it goes. Can they? I'm sure they can pull. They can pull the data just fine.
Well,
If it
yeah, I
was-
mean, it's an online game, so you're getting information from it no matter what, even if you're just playing a single-player game.
yeah. If you're not playing online,
Welcome to the world of online consoles. Yeah, if you don't think your gaming information is being tracked somewhere,
I know it is. But
even if it's just for their their internal stuff, and they don't have username and passwords, they know what is getting used. They know active players on it, especially if you're like on computer games. If you're connected through Steam, you can find out how many different people are playing at any given time. You can find out what the most amount of people playing at any certain time is. You can find out where they're playing. You can find where the the hot servers are for all that kind of stuff, and all of that goes into all of these gaming consoles too. That's information that they use, so they know where they need to beef up systems. If the company whether you're doing Xbox or PlayStation, they need to know. Okay, well, we've got a ton more people playing in Australia right now. We need to get that server beefed up in the future so that it can handle the influx of gamers.
Yeah.
Do you think Urban Meyer has the same use of hot servers? Just
No,
asking for a friend.
I do not.
Probably not. You were really holding on to that one.
He was.
I was
kinda felt
patiently
bad.
waiting for
Anxiously
Jeff to
waiting
finish
for
his
Jeff
thought.
to stop
And
so
I felt a little bad making him wait because I've been in that position where there was a legitimate thought that needed to get voiced. And I
That was a
waiting.
legitimate thought.
Well, no,
Needed to
but
get
like,
voiced.
You know what's funny is if they put out a college baseball video game.
They won't. Cowards.
I know.
Bring
I
back
want
the
it.
rock
I
and
want
fire
it so
system.
bad. We still don't have a basketball game, so definitely baseball's not here
Yeah.
yet.
I think I would take the baseball game before
I would.
the basketball game.
I don't know, man.
For a video game,
I'm surprised
of the
there's-
big ones, basketball's my least
Man,
favorite to play.
if they put out a college baseball video game, hey, we got all this revenue sharing. Why not? What's funny is I legitimately think Jamie would buy a system and play
Every day.
Texas Tech a bunch just to help.
That would be
baseball
the
team
excuse to have a system in here so that you could
Okay.
play college baseball and
During
benefit
the
Look,
breaks.
every
Texas Tech.
single break, you
During
guys
the
better
breaks.
be playing
Better
our
be
game.
playing with Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Texas Tech versus Texas Tech.
Yes, both sides.
So we could boost the money for this program.
That would be
Be
the.
like, what are you doing right now? I'm trying to write a story. Leave me alone. No, you
Play
get in there
the
and you
game.
play a
Get in
Texas
there
Tech
and play.
baseball game right now.
We'll have
Oh,
part timers up here on the weekends. Just
Get up
completely
here. You're on the clock. Play the game.
All right, look, you're an intern. Your sole job will be 6 hours a day.
The write up for that. You did what? For
I could absolutely see that happening.
what for
and
40
you know
hours
what?
in this internship?
I am so here for it. That would be awesome.
Be pretty fun.
They labeled it as helping out with Texas Tech baseball NIL, but I was just
participating.
playing video games.
Participating in a live sporting event for the purposes of helping the Texas Tech University baseball program and Texas Tech fans across the country.
So I sat here, Jeff, and said,
Uh-oh.
I sat here probably this time last week.
Were you here this time last week?
No, this would have been Tuesday of last week.
Okay, that I believe.
I was here the whole week except for one day.
I was here for the whole week except for the day I was gone.
Except for
Except
the
for
one
the day
I
I
was
was
gone.
gone. Yep.
I went to go to Oklahoma City, Jeff, and we won the game that I was at.
Yeah, why didn't you stay Friday, you jerk?
I probably should have. I've
But
been
you weren't
blamed
here
already.
Friday.
I know, because it was kind of a long drive back after a already delayed game. Anyway, so what I'm getting at, McGuire, is that
You could have stayed.
on Tuesday when I'm sitting here, I said, it doesn't matter who you're playing in the championship. It's the championship. I thought that was going to be the case, but seeing Texas celebrate still, it's Texas.
It could have been East, Western, Northern New Mexico, and I would have still felt just as bad losing in the championship game the way you did.
Don't get me wrong. I still wanted to win. Obviously, I wanted that championship.
You think?
But losing to Texas still just has that extra sour taste.
I'm so numb to it that doesn't. Am I disappointed that you lost to Texas? Yes. Am I disappointed that they got a national championship and you didn't? Yes. But I'm no more disappointed than if it was East, Western, Northern New Mexico. And I'm not picking on East, Western, Northern New Mexico. It's just giving you the idea of how
It's not
small
a
that
real
school
thing.
is. Yeah. Like,
I think
you lost in the final game of the season in a game that was over early.
as moral victory-ish as it sounds, I was actually very glad that you did not take the run rule. Didn't lay down with the run rule. I was glad that you did battle back and at least make it go 7. Y'all can respond to that. Tell us your thoughts on softball season overall. Future.
Past?
Sure. NIL. Lots
LIN?
of stuff. Bring in your thoughts on the Yates Flooring Center chat line. We'll give you a word of the day next.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Hey, what's good? Happy Monday. Good afternoon. Welcome or welcome back. It's the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. 100.7 The Score mobile app, powered by Happy State Bank and watchable on TV, Fox 34 News Now. However, wherever you're joining us from, we're happy that you've chosen to make us part of your Monday. You can keep chiming in. Your thoughts, comments, questions, all welcome on the Yates Flooring Center chat line via that 100.7 The Score mobile app, which you can carry anywhere with you. Jamie, you can even listen in if you're out in Oatmeal, Texas.
Oatmeal. Is their school mascot the Raisins?
Or the pies.
No,
you ever had an oatmeal pie?
I would have gone
oatmeal pie.
I would have gone Quakers ahead of both of y'all's, but
Oatmeal pie?
Yeah, they're like the little Debbie, like little handheld.
oatmeal cream pie.
Sure.
I don't think you can have a mascot of the cream pies.
I was going with pies for a reason.
Okay,
Thank you.
but it's not the same. It's got to be the cream pies.
I have had those. Those are good.
I had one yesterday.
Yeah, those are good.
It's good camping food. So, yeah, I would have gone Quakers ahead of both of y'all's. I don't even know if it has a high school.
Oatmeal. When you say oatmeal, I say Quakers. Oatmeal.
Yeah,
Quakers.
Quaker oatmeal.
Okay.
There is a college mascot with the Quakers, right? Penn?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Penn, I think
Yeah.
it is. Yeah. Oatmeal is a unincorporated town, so they don't have a
Perfect thing to put raisins in to make cookies with.
golly.
I forgot that was your favorite cookie.
I know. Only Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably like 5 people in America where it's their favorite cookie. There's plenty of people that tolerate oatmeal raisin cookies, but
What would you guess? Like 99% of the population is chocolate chip.
I don't think it's that high.
Maybe not 99%.
There's some peanut butter.
But you could convince me in like the 65% range.
Oh, really? That low?
Well, because I think there'd be some cheaters, and you go, "What's your favorite cookie?" And they go, "An Oreo." I go, "Okay, but I meant."
Yeah.
Of regular baked
Yeah,
cookies,
and
I think it would be. I would go 70. I'd say it's
And I just don't love. I like, but I don't love chocolate chip.
oatmeal is right outside of Bertram. You know where that is?
Do not.
Burnett. You know where Burnett is?
Do not.
All northwest of Austin. So
Okay.
there you go. We'll talk more than just cookies here today. Y'all
Good.
can keep talking about softball if you'd like to. We'll have some more accurate stats on baseball than we did in the first hour, most likely, since Jamie has joined us. New commit to the baseball program.
The Portal King extends his reign.
I am a fan of the
Clint.
the AI I saw over the weekend.
Clint.
That was pretty good.
You like that?
That was pretty good. Yeah. Did you put it out there?
I did not put it out anywhere.
Well, could have.
Mm-hmm. I was too busy putting pictures of my broken house on Facebook.
Were you?
What do you
You got a
think?
Facebook?
What do you think, Choice?
Is your house actually broken?
A good portion of it, sure.
Okay. What'd y'all get? Like busted windows or anything, or just?
One busted window, a lot of window frames, a lot of, gutters and paint, of course, roof. And
Y'all
all
got
that good
gutters?
stuff.
Man, y'all are living in the fancy neighborhood.
Yeah.
If you got gutters, we don't have those.
But don't you worry, our good sponsors of Double T 97.3, Anders Brothers Roofing, they're
There
gonna
you go.
come take care of us
I'm sure they will.
every time.
Every time. So, yeah, we've got lots of sponsors. If you just listen to our spots that y'all can pick from, and we'll vouch for any of them if y'all did have the damage. Could be more coming tonight, so just keep the
Really again?
yeah.
What
We're
is
in
the
the
deal?
we're in the little section that says severe weather likely tonight. So that's great. That's always fun. You all right?
Clint is in there and he's
He
got
is-
arm
he is
motions.
like-
I can't see. There's clearly another person.
Oh no, there's
in
no
there.
one here. I'm just
Okay.
talking to myself.
Who is back there?
Logan Gloss.
It's our intern to
intern.
play Texas Tech baseball games to get them NIL money we were talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Did you happen to hear that conversation?
Did you hear what I called him?
What'd you call me?
Logan Gloss.
Him? Oh.
Yeah. Ask him what his real name is.
It's Glaze,
your
right? Did you hear that?
He has no idea
I
about
heard you again.
I kept it going, baby. We're going to keep doing
Insider
it.
joke.
Keep glazing on by.
You keep glazing over things.
He's wishing he would have glazed over his time here right now.
Well, did you hear that we're deciding new jobs for the interns to play video games to get money for Texas Tech?
Oh, okay. That sounds like good use of their time.
Yeah, the college football game is paying out schools based on how many times that their teams are played with.
Oh, really?
And we were talking about
So
how
Tech would get more if more people play with our team.
yes, yeah, that's how it
Okay.
works. So we were talking like if they came out with a college baseball video game, Jamie would force the interns to come in and go play this is your job. You
Interns,
play
wife,
everybody.
children. Yeah.
If they came out with a college baseball video game, would you really legitimately get a system for just to play that?
I might.
I
There's a
think
decent
that's
chance,
the one
yeah.
thing that would get Jamie to.
Especially if Tech was on the cover.
Well, yeah.
I thought you were going to say especially if it's on the Wii.
Yeah.
How is the...
Are we going to talk about Hunter Dobbins today?
I was actually about to bring him up because I was going to ask you how you feel, how your mixed emotions are going with Hunter Dobbins tearing it up for the Red Sox right now. Was he 3-1, I think, this year?
He's 3-1. Yeah. No, I'm rooting for him. I obviously was not rooting for him last night, but I'm rooting for him. Yeah. Interesting comments. Okay.
big fan.
Interesting comments that, he tells a Boston reporter that if only one team was offering him a contract, he would retire. Only if only one team was and it was the Yankees, he would just retire. I think that probably made him, look good to all the Red Sox fans.
I'm sure it did.
All that good stuff. I'm sure they love him. He's a folk hero now.
Play the hits.
So, it's fun, over the years of being around the baseball team, and you find out who's fans of who and all that kind of stuff. And I've told you guys before, like Hargrove was a diehard, hardcore Rangers fan. Okay, and Josh Young, who was basically his.
You don't have to soil him right now.
His running buddy on the team, he was a diehard Yankees fan, and those two would always be arguing about it, And of course, usually it was around me because Hargrove would be ragging on me because the Yankees lost a game or something. And Josh would hop in there. Well, Dobbins was also a diehard Rangers fan. Okay. And he didn't like the Yankees. I remember that. But I heard never ever. I'm not saying it didn't exist, but I never heard anything about him being this Red Sox for life guy. Okay. He was a Rangers fan.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think he's playing to the crowd a little bit.
Which is smart when you've got a very active crowd, right?
Yeah, sure.
Unless
Sure. It's all fun.
Unless you ever needed the Yankees to sign you.
Yeah, no, I don't
might
like
be burning some bridges then.
I am not hating on Hunter because of it at all. Obviously, again, I was rooting against him last night, but that's all fun.
So you're not mad at him?
No.
For the comments.
No.
Okay.
No. I was glad Aaron Judge homered off him in the first inning. But
Yeah, take your ball and go back home. Except it's getting dubs.
he is good for him.
Y'all continue to bring in your thoughts and comments. Jamie,
What are we doing?
I don't know what he's doing. Off season is
It's
here.
for our Portal King.
The Portal King. We got blind projections next.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It is time for blind projections. They have made their triumphant return to the bottom line. As we get
Do not say that.
ready. He already did. As we get ready for another football season, Jamie.
Let's go.
Big 12 football season.
I'm excited.
And things did not go that swimmingly with our projections a season ago. We actually collectively picked worse than the Big 12 preseason poll. Only slightly by total number of spots off. I think we were 7 spots as far as total number of spots off than the Big 12 media poll. So both.
If you would have listened to me, guys, I was in on Iowa State, obviously also Arizona State, but you wouldn't listen.
Actually, I could tell you exactly what you.
It's really not
I
surprising.
probably had Arizona State at like 2-10.
Yeah, it's not surprising that we were that bad.
No, everybody was that bad.
Just considering how many teams, how many teams jumped forward and how many teams jumped backwards.
So here, real quick, before we go over Arizona, which we had Arizona 9-3 collectively last year. Arizona State 10-2, who finished 2-10, who finished 10-2.
That's crazy.
Baylor we had at 4-8, they finished 8-4. There's a trend here. BYU we projected at 3-9 collectively last year. That team went 10-2, 11-2 with the bowl game.
These were really blind.
UCF 9-3 as a group last year.
I don't think you should be announcing these to our audience.
I'm just
I feel like
showing
he
that
wrote these down wrong. We didn't get a second
like
glance
we
at his
can
notes.
only go up from here.
Yeah.
Cincinnati 4-8. We were fairly close. They went 5-7. Yeah. Texas Tech 9-3. They were 8-4. Only a game off there. We had Colorado at 5-7.
Mm-hmm.
We were kind of off. Houston 5-7.
You're making me lose my confidence.
Which was exactly right. We got one.
We were perfect.
We picked one.
Take that, Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Iowa State 8-4. A little bit off there. Kansas 9-3. What were we thinking?
We were thinking their quarterback wouldn't throw it to the other team all the time.
I didn't even talk you guys into that. That was just your confidence.
Clint's personal one was 10-2. I had them at 7-5.
That doesn't sound right.
Kansas State, we had 10-2, off by a couple of games. Oklahoma State, next.
Nailed it.
10-2 and 7-2 in conference. Not so well. We had TCU at 4-8. Whoops. Utah at 11-1. What? And West Virginia 8-4. We finished 6-6. All right, let's try this again.
Who's ready to run to Vegas after this segment?
We can do better.
Yes. We can't do worse.
We can do better.
Well, we could do worse. We got one perfect in there, so.
All right, so order will be Jamie, Chois, and Clint will get the swing vote when it happens, if it happens.
Clint is the swinger.
All right, Arizona opens in week 1, August 30th. By the way, they have 3 home games in the non-conference, just like Texas Tech. The Wildcats open at home against Hawaii.
On TNT.
Jamie? Is it actually one of the TNTs?
Yeah,
it is.
It is.
I'll take the Arizonas.
Arizona for a win. I will go a win as well.
Doesn't matter, Clint. We don't care.
We are keeping personal records, too. So
Stop doing that. Yeah, I'll take Arizona, too.
3 wins. Weber State. Anybody want to throw a loss
Actually, it's
out?
just 1 win. They don't go 3-0 by beating Hawaii. So.
Thank you.
Yes, accurate. I'll take Arizona.
2-0 start for the Wildcats. Samesies.
Same.
It's interesting.
Actually.
You know, we have different nights games here that are sponsored by something like the oil and gas, energy,
we do.
blah, 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 homecoming, all that. I'm just looking at Arizona's schedule, and it's kind of cracking me up a little bit because they're a little bit different than us.
Okay.
Their first 3 games are Polynesian Heritage Night.
Okay. So they're going to wear the leis that night.
Native American Land Acknowledgement
All
Night.
right.
And the third one, my all-time favorite, Retro Night. I want to know what they're going to be wearing.
For the Kansas State game,
Yes, for the Kansas State game.
which is up next.
I bet they'll have some cool unis.
Probably.
I hope they just have windbreakers.
What would you
Maybe
wear?
they have like
I would make the
fanny
coaches
packs.
wear bell bottoms.
What would you wear to retro night if you were actually participating?
And why would it be a Chicago Bulls starter jacket?
Because they were only cool in the 80s and early 90s.
Okay.
If you're rocking one now, you better be going old school. You better be saying it's old school.
Okay.
The Bills one or the Bulls one.
You still have them?
Or the Yankees satin jacket. That's out in two.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, K-State.
I think it's pronounced Yankee Satan jacket. I think they might have that wrong.
This is a non-conference game, by the way.
They're not good enough to be Satan anymore, Clint. I'll take K-State.
This is the last of these non-conference games this year, right?
It should be.
Like the non-conference
For their
conference
deal,
games.
for their home and home,
Yep.
yes. I have no idea about, does Utah and Baylor, do they have a return trip?
I think they're one more this year. Yes.
I thought
Hold on. I can look right now.
2 years ago there was a horrendous call in the end zone at the end of the Baylor
Nope,
game.
you're correct. That
Yeah.
that
That's
was
why I
it
was
last
asking the
year.
question. I could not
Yeah.
remember.
This last year was the return.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
do you remember
K-State.
said horrible non-pass interference call?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
it was bad.
And that was a 7-point game.
Yep.
Loss for K-State or loss for Arizona. I'll take the Purple Wildcats as well. Kansas State is the least sexy thing that you can imagine.
Good point, Choice, but they'll still win this game.
Okay. All right, 2-1 start through the non-conference. Bye week on September 20th, September 27th at Iowa State.
Cyclones.
Cyclones.
S-O-N by the Cyclones.
Here we go. Here's a very intriguing one here. October 4th, Oklahoma State. At home for Arizona.
I will take Arizona.
I will take OSU. Let Clint be
Finally, the
swinger.
swing vote comes into play. I have a voice. I think I'll take Arizona, too.
Okay.
I probably would have taken Oklahoma State if it was in Stillwater with this one, but I don't know.
I
what
probably
the
would have too.
The Oklahoma State quarterback situation is very interesting this
Yeah.
year.
Next one, a October 11th home game against Brigham Young.
I will take BYU.
BYU.
Speaking of interesting quarterback situations, I'll still take BYU. Yeah, make it a sweep.
Road trip to Houston on the 18th of October.
I think I'll take Houston.
I will take Houston as well.
Yeah, I'll take Houston.
They'll have a bye week on October
We're
25th.
big Connor Wigman believers over here on the bottom line.
Isn't it Wegman?
I don't care.
I wouldn't have corrected you if you weren't just touting him.
Weegman.
Nobody wants to be known as Wig Man. Okay.
Wigman.
All right, November 1st at Colorado.
His powers are hiding his baldness, but not well. Wigman.
At Colorado, October, make that November 1st.
I'll take the Buffaloes.
I don't really have a reason. I'm going to take Arizona in this one.
Yeah, I'll take Colorado.
Okay. All right, Kansas at home.
Jayhawks.
That's gross. You could say it with less emphasis. I will take the Jayhawks.
I'll take KU all day, every day.
Yeah, same.
At Cincinnati.
Gotta stop saying things.
And just quit talking, because that's how we stop this stuff.
Tried.
At Cincinnati.
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 The cat of bears, please, for me.
Baylor at home.
Baylor.
Baylor.
Baylor as well.
At Arizona State.
ASU.
Arizona.
State.
Okay. We will compile the numbers. It's pretty ugly for the Wildcats here.
Piling the numbers.
Which means they'll be in Arlington this fall.
We're going off of last year pretty well. I think Brent Brennan is the coach I have the least confidence in the Big 12 right now. Y'all can react to that. Give us your own record for Arizona. Get to a question of the day from Jamie coming up next on 100.7 The Score.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
So Monday with the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. Chois Wood and Jimmy Lentz here in the First United Bank studio. With Scott across the way. Watch out for falling sharks. Get to that story coming up in a little bit.
Okay.
But right now, it's time for a question from Jamie.
Time now for Jamie's Question of the Day on 100.7 The Score. Presented by Connecticut of West Texas. Life's hard, your water shouldn't be.
Okay, we had a lot of fun with one question this morning, so we're going to ask it again. I think I'm actually considering changing my answer from this morning.
Are you allowed to do that?
I think I am, because I'm a little wishy-washy at times. Okay?
I wouldn't. I've been called a flip-flop, but you don't.
Yeah, no, I'm usually pretty.
You're pretty steadfast in your.
Stubborn is the word, probably.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stick to my guns. I don't usually change too much.
Agreed.
Just kind of live with my decisions and say, that's on me and I got to deal with it. Okay? So my question for you guys today. Question for you guys today is involving the transfer portal. Okay? And the positive part of the transfer portal.
Woohoo!
Okay? I want you to tell me in order, not who you think have been the best, but your 3 favorite transfer portal additions for Texas Tech in the transfer portal era.
Man.
I mean, you go back.
Can I give 3 per sport?
Micah
This is
Hudson.
hard.
Yeah. So you could go, at least. How far back would we have to go? 19, 18? Definitely 19, right? Because we know there are 2 transfer portal guys on that team that were huge.
Did it actually was it called the portal then? I just don't know when the portal starts, but I think that's about the right time to
I
say
think
the
we were
portal.
using that terminology at that time. I think it was pretty new, but
Okay.
That's
So your 3 favorite in the transfer portal era. And really, you can pick any sport you want, as far as I'm concerned.
man. Okay. Most of these, I'm trying to think of a football guy. Like I'm trying to pull football guys in terms of favorites from the portal, and there's not a lot going there. There's a few that I can think of. I really like Jalen Conyers from last year.
Yeah, it's funny that Clint says Micah Hudson, because I find myself rooting so hard for him right now.
I am, yeah.
And if he ends up being really good for us, I think he's going to end up being on my list.
is it weird? Because I was rooting hard for him last year. I was just as excited as anybody was to have this 5-star prospect come in, and I thought you were going to see him more. It worked out the way it did. Situation was weird, ended even weirder. Somehow I'm rooting for him even more with the Texas A&M stuff.
I am.
Yeah, no, I felt like he was.
I'm rooting for the comeback story.
I didn't feel like I was rooting for him any more than anybody else last year, but I feel like he's near the top of my list this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Baron Morton's up there as well, but
Okay, so I think I'm going to
basically
go...
just because Chuck continues to doubt him.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to go...
Doesn't matter the reason.
just want him to quiet down, Charles.
Are we counting... Is Zach Reams transfer portal?
No, he's a junior college guy.
But that still goes through the
Yeah,
portal.
no, I don't call
You don't call JUCO guys? Okay.
portal guys.
Because he was up there, even just for one season.
Uh-huh.
And that was probably a just smidge before what we're talking about, too. I would say Tyree Wilson
Hey, that was a good one Jeff brought up this morning.
is probably my I'd say he's tops football. He was a likable guy in addition to being fantastic for your team. I would go, man, just personal favorites. A lot of them come on the basketball side. And I think I'll go Chance McMillan. I just think he's a 2-year portal guy that was really impactful to your team. I think he was your best true leader for last year and hated that he got hurt Glad that he didn't have to finish his season on the bench, that he actually got to play at the very end. And I'll go Matt Mooney as my third favorite, or in the top 3.
I'm trying not to go all basketball here.
It feels like you know the basketball ones more because
Yeah.
there's been so many impactful portal players in basketball.
So I'm going to do one for each. But I think I genuinely did like Jalen Conyers. I know you said that too, but I really do think he's in my top 3, and I had so much fun
Very likely.
watching him play football. So he's going to be in my top 3. I'm going to wait, even though I did it with one season with Jalen Conyers, I'm going to wait on JT Toppin, and I'm leaning Chance McMillan as well. But also, I loved watching Mac McClung play basketball. Maybe the G League / slam dunk contest thing has swayed me a little bit more, but I genuinely liked watching Mac McClung play basketball. Matt Mooney would be in that. I mean, the pair of transfers there would be in that discussion, but if I took one, I would probably go Chance McMillan too. So I'll do Chance McMillan from basketball, and I loved watching Patrick Monteverdi play baseball. I loved watching him on the mound, so he would be my baseball pick.
Okay. All right, good ones. I feel like mine are. I'm going to stick with the ones that I had this morning. Okay, so
Okay, tell us who your fourth would have been, though.
So Josh Kelly is on my list. I really enjoyed him. Okay?
Same here.
Matt Mooney is on my list. A lot to like there. Liked him at both ends of the floor.
Okay.
Liked that he wasn't a shoot first guy. I thought he did all the dirty work, did the little things, but could score for you too, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So he's on my list. And Logan Hughes is my baseball guy. And
Yeah,
I know
I thought
two of
about
those guys were on last year's teams, but I just really liked both of them. I can't believe that nobody has brought up Tariq Owens yet. Tariq Owens, I felt like he had more people that were big fans of him than Matt Mooney even.
So,
He seems like he was more of a fan favorite.
If you're going, like, this is a favorites, I mean, it gets into the personal thing. I mean, so that's where
Okay, so now let me ask you this. Who are the best 3 transfer portal additions at Texas Tech?
Again, it's going to be hard not to go basketball for me.
JT Toppin? Anybody? That's got to be up there, right?
To me, that's number 2.
Matt Mooney, Tariq Owens are both super high on that list, both of them.
I think there's a clear-cut 1, 2, 3 here.
I think Tyree Wilson
Is 3.
is 3.
And Nigel Kennedy.
Nigel
number
Kennedy
1.
is number 1.
Kennedy's got to be.
And honestly, she's in the list of like my favorite transfers because I enjoyed watching. But again, I'm trying to wait till her career with the Red Raiders is done. And thankfully, you got another season.
I think she's number 1. I think JT Toppin winning Big 12 Player of the Year is number 2. And I think Tyree Wilson being a top 10 pick in the NFL draft is 3.
There's a pretty big one that we have not mentioned that's a current football player.
Jacob Rodriguez.
Jacob Rodriguez. Yeah. It's hard because I think he went 1 year at Virginia, and I think he was a quarterback there from Wichita Falls. But Jacob Rodriguez is as good of a transfer football player that you've had in recent years. I mean, he lead the Big 12 in tackles, I believe, last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We also haven't said Bryson Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
that's
was,
really
wanna put
good.
his
he
name
was
out
the
there 'cause
guy
I
that I
loved
was
watching
considering
him.
changing to.
In personal favorites again, Adonis Arms is way
Yep.
up there. Like, I mean, impact on the floor not as strong as some of these other guys, but man, he was awesome Red Raider that absolutely loved his 1 year he got here.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the very rare stories that gets to climb the ladder his whole career. And
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking my favorite, truly, if I was picking the 3 just because I'm a baseball guy, I would have a hard time keeping Jack Siebert out too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you put like a Cade McGee,
Yeah.
see anywhere on that list?
He's a little bit farther down compared to Siebert, Hughes, but yeah.
a lot of options. A lot of good ones.
I'm hoping you have one, another one on this year, but it's too early to tell. I'm very excited to watch Quentin Joyner play football in a Red Raider jersey.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've got a lot to pick from. David Bailey,
Yeah.
obviously, going to be there.
It's a pretty good class.
Another, again, these are, you said favorites. CJ Baskerville is another one that I think is a
the Hounds of
fantastic
Baskerville.
human being. I think he's a fantastic human being. I wish he would have been part of a better secondary as a whole, but yeah, I really liked CJ Baskerville. But people could come up with a least favorite list too. Guys that didn't pan out.
We start out with old Canadian bacon, Fardaws Amac.
I think Jamie's top of the list would be Tyler Shuck, but
He would probably
he would be up there.
He would be extremely high.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.